All right. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. This is the Raspberry Pi 4 8 gig model. We've got a 256 gig Samsung Evo Class 10 micro SD card. The Cana kit, 5 volt, 3.5 volts or 3.5 amp supply with a USB-C plug on it there for our USB-C power input on the Raspberry Pi 4. We have the ever so cute Raspberry Pi 4 compatible Ice Tower, which is a heat piped finned cooling solution. Of course, the mounting bracket for that, and my favorite, I 3D printed one of the little mini desktop Raspberry Pi cases. It took me about a day to print all the components. It was kind of a slow, long process to kind of get everything going. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is to first thing we're going to do here is to break down, I think, let's see here, either break down the case here, or we could kind of do the initial assembly on the ice tower. So maybe we'll start off with that. Kind of work on trying to get this ice tower mounted to the Raspberry Pi correctly. So we'll go ahead and pour out our junk and stuffs here. Let's see which one seems like it fits the best. Yep, so then that one would go on there, and this one would go to the other side. There we go. So you can see here now on the Pi, we've got the brackets kind of set out, so they should easily clear your GPO pins there, and then they should clear all your camera lines and all that. If you put them on backwards, you can bend stuff, torque stuff out of whack, so you definitely want to be careful on that. So I'm going to take this, flip it over like that, and that means that one would be like this. This works is this guy goes on with its standoffs first, and then this slides down over it and then kind of screws in like that, and then that kind of holds itself into place, and then we come and we bring our fan here, and that goes there, and then we kind of assemble the case around it. So I think that's how that's going to go. So it's not too hard. I think I can handle that. I think the more pertinent issue here is going to be our cable management. So it appears that they have given us a pretty tight little, or well, they don't really give us a lot of length on these cables here. So I'm thinking maybe, oh no, that works. Because if I just do that, I'll just stuff it underneath and go like that. And then now, oh yeah, no, that gives us plenty of room there. So the only one that I kind of got to worry about is maybe this one not fitting. I might have to rotate the fan a little bit to get that one to fit in there. Oh, no, wait. No, I did it right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I have enough room. So let's pull out our directions and take a look at our directions here. So the 52 pi new ice tower is inspired by the single stack tower style heatsink and fan, the HFS assemblies, which dominate the PC market. It includes thermal, what do they call them? TIMs, thermal interface material. So that's what these guys are right here. These are your TIM pads, I guess, and works for the Pi 3, Pi 4, and Pi 3B plus. It has a tiny screwdriver and a full color manual. Ooh, they really put the money into these ice towers. New features using the compatible bracket and so this one does have the automatic color change. Cool. So it's got like a little thermo resistor in there that as the temperature changes it will actually change the color of the supposedly, I think is what they're saying there. So color LED with automatic color change, single stack tower style heatsink, 5-volt power in, 5mm copper tube, super heat dissipation. Oh, so it only pulls like zero point 0.4 watts. So yeah, this little fan won't hurt my GPIO pin. I like how they call these copper sticks. The standoffs are called copper sticks. I love that. All right, so it looks like the idea behind this is, yep, screw in our brackets. We put on our copper nuts with our standoffs, and then so it looks like we just put the thermal tape on top of the SoC, and away we go. So I'm wondering if they give you multiple pieces, because maybe you have to like stack multiples on top of each other to get it to gap right. Maybe that's what's going on there. I was kind of wondering why we had so many little thermal pad paste there, though. Get my nuts on there. Okay, so I see what they're doing. Okay, that makes sense. So you must have to do it like this, where you have your standoff as the spacer there, and then you put I think that's the way they're wanting you to do it here. So then we take our standoff, and we take one of our screws here, or one of our bolts here. All right, there you go, I got it started. Yeah, that makes a little more sense. I think that's what they're after. So we just kind of tighten our... Be careful not to damage any of the pins on the bottom there. I think the idea is that it sits like that, and then you take this and sit it down on top, like so, and then screw down from the top into the standoff. That makes sense. Yeah, because then standoff provides the gap distance for both it provides proper gap distance between the mounting brackets on the bottom of the ice cooler, and then that allows you to screw the thread the screws from the top down through, securing the mounting bracket for the desktop case. Okay, yep, now I got it. I didn't think that'd be too difficult. Okay, I see. So one pad there is all you need for the spacing. So what I was doing is I was seeing how far the standoffs. So if I set this guy down on the standoffs there, and I look down in there, it's kind of hard for you guys to see because of the camera there. But let's see if I can get a good Do boop. There you go. You can see the gap right there. So when you put it on the standoff, the gap between the CPU right down in there closes. So that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to tell, like, do I need to put two pieces um, of the thermal tape on there? But no, it looks like we're good with one. So we'll go ahead and peel the back side of that off. Expose that. A little touchy, make sure it's tamped down. And then we'll go ahead and take this guy and make sure all of our stuff's lined up there. Get that all tucked over there, out the way. All right. And this guy should sit ever so nicely right on top there. So there we have successfully mounted our Raspberry Pi. Got Raspberry Pi 4, got the ice cooler, and we've got the main bracket for our mini tower case. And as you can see there, now everything's all nicely mounted. Let's go ahead and plug in our GPIO header there so we can have some fan spin. All right, so let's go ahead and mount our, so this is going to blow air across the RAM for us and kind of help push some air inside the case there. So hopefully this thing fits in there right. Might have to shave it down just a hair to get the bracket to fit. Some people online were saying it catches on one of the corners, and I think I see where they're talking about. So I'm trying to put the, what I'm trying to get is to get the little fan shroud to fit down on there. And you can see we've got a little bit of a gap there, and it's hitting on the, so right down inside there, that. So it's hitting on our bracket that is holding, so I got to shave off a little bit maybe. Or maybe I didn't clean off enough of the original STL in there to get it to fit, but it looks like it fits on one side all the way in there, and it just kind of hits on that side just a hair. That's all right there. That's all correct there. So let's put on our front panel here. That lines up right there, that lines up right there, that lines up all in there, those all line up. Okay. So I think what's going on is I just need a little washer here, or I need to shave a little bit out of the, down here, right here it's hitting. So I'm not sure if it was just that my printer didn't quite print it right, or if maybe there was a little bit of a tab there that didn't quite come out right. putting it in backwards. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Now it sits in there how it's supposed to. Sits in there flat. Yep, that's what we were looking for. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just using M3 little mount here. I think these are 6mm M3 hex heads. And then for the front of the case, I'm using like a 10mm, I think. And then for the sides of the case, I use a pan head M3 screw, which is also a hex head. I gotta check the fan. I gotta see how many volts this fan is. Let's see here. This is a 5-volt 0.12 amp. So this is a 5-volt. So I need to plug it into the 5-volt rail, which I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Let's try doing this. See if we can get it to fit. It's gonna be a tight fit. I might have to make a little extension for it. Oh, that like barely fits. So I think my next ground is going to be, let's see here. So that's 5-volt, 5-volt, ground, 5-volt, 5-volt, ground, reserved. So this should be a ground pin right there. Yes, kitty, what's up? All right, so we got the front, we got the fan mounted. Let's go ahead and put the back on. There you have it. Boom. A Raspberry Pi 4 in a mini desktop tower case with the ice cooler. This is a mini desktop, guy. It's a little bitty fucking desktop. Oh my God. Look at how cute it is. This thing is awesome. I think there's like a rear duct fan that you can get for this thing that like screws in and then it like circulates air like back down and around. I might print that and add the rear duct thing. So basically, this is reprinted. This is open. You mount the duct on, and then the air just kind of loops and then circulates and then goes back through the case and then pops out the front. But all right, so hopefully this thing doesn't blow up the first time we plug it in. And we've got fan spin. Yeah, that's cool. Love it.